growing tension around him only adds to the anticipation. He's been training, struggling, and pushing himself beyond his limits, all while keeping his skill hidden. But the time is coming when he will finally be forced to show just how powerful he truly is. The audience can feel it building, the moment when the protagonist's hidden power will finally be revealed in full force. A new challenge appears, one that will test everything the protagonist has been working toward. It's unlike anything he's faced before. An opponent so strong that the stakes feel higher than ever. This person or obstacle is far more powerful than the ones he has defeated before. However, they don't know the one thing that makes the protagonist dangerous, the hidden skill he's kept to himself all this time. They see him as weak, as a low-ranking individual who can't possibly pose a real threat. The opponent, full of confidence, mocks the protagonist, not understanding the true extent of his abilities. They see him as nothing more than an easy target, someone who won't even put up a real fight. The crowd around them, too, is skeptical, their eyes filled with doubt. Everyone is convinced that the protagonist's time has come to fail, that he will crumble under the pressure of such a formidable opponent. But little do they know, the protagonist is not who they think he is. Beneath the surface, he has been quietly preparing, ready for a moment like this to prove his worth. As the battle begins, it becomes clear that this challenge is unlike any other the protagonist has faced. His opponent is faster, stronger, and more skilled in combat. Yet, the protagonist doesn't panic. Instead, he remains calm, composed, and focused. He knows this is the moment he's been preparing for. It's now or never. And just as the situation seems like it's slipping out of his control, the first glimpse of his hidden skill begins to shine through. In a quick flash, the protagonist makes a move that surprises everyone, including the opponent. His speed and precision leave everyone stunned. For a moment, the audience sees a hint of his true power. A skill so refined, so powerful, that it's hard to believe he's the same person everyone once underestimated. The opponent, still thinking they have the upper hand, dismisses this moment as a fluke. But the protagonist knows it's only the beginning, and he's just getting started. The challenge has only just begun, and his hidden skill will soon be revealed in full force. As the battle intensifies, the protagonist knows it's time to end the charade. The opponent still underestimates him, thinking that what they've seen so far is just luck. But now, it's no longer about proving a point. It's about showing the world what he's truly capable of. With a deep breath and a focused mind, the protagonist takes a step forward, his eyes locked on the opponent, and finally he unleashes his hidden skill in full force. In an instant, the protagonist's entire demeanor changes. His movements become sharper, faster, and more precise than ever before. The opponent, caught off guard, barely has time to react. The skill he's kept hidden for so long now flows freely, taking everyone by surprise. What was once a quiet, unassuming individual is now a force to be reckoned with. The protagonist moves with such speed and power that it's almost as if he's everywhere at once, outmaneuvering the opponent at every turn. The battle quickly turns in the protagonist's favor. With each strike, the opponent is pushed back, their defenses falling apart under the onslaught of the protagonist's newly revealed skill. The crowd watches in awe, their disbelief turning into shock as they realize what they are witnessing. The once weak and underestimated man is now dominating the fight effortlessly. It's clear that this is no fluke. He's been holding back all this time, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal his true strength. As the fight draws to a close, the opponent is left lying on the ground, completely defeated. The protagonist stands tall, breathing heavily but unfazed, having easily taken down the person who once believed they could crush him. The crowd is silent for a moment, unsure of how to react. They had all doubted him, laughed at him, and looked down on him. Now, they are forced to recognize the truth. The protagonist is no longer the weak man they thought he was. He has become something entirely different. Someone no one can ignore. The dust settles as the defeated opponent lies motionless on the ground. For a few seconds, no one moves, no one speaks. The crowd is in complete shock, their eyes wide with disbelief. They had all thought the protagonist was nothing more than a joke, someone they could easily disregard. But now the truth is clear. He's a force like no other. His power is undeniable, and the silence is deafening as they try to process what just happened. As the shock begins to wear off, murmurs ripple through the crowd. Whispers of disbelief and awe spread like wildfire. "Did you see that? How is this possible? He's unbeatable. The protagonist's success is now undeniable, and his once doubtful peers start to reassess everything they thought they knew about him. His hidden skill, now revealed in full force, has completely turned the tables. The once overlooked individual is now the center of attention, and everyone can't help but wonder how much more he's capable of. As the news of his victory spreads, others begin to take notice. The protagonist's reputation begins to grow as people realize that what they witnessed wasn't just a fluke, it was a display of true power. Yet, despite the newfound attention and respect, the protagonist remains humble. He doesn't seek glory or recognition. His focus has always been on his own journey, and the approval of others has never been his priority. While his peers' perceptions of him are forever changed, the protagonist doesn't let it go to his head. He doesn't brag, doesn't boast, and doesn't try to bask in the glory of his newfound status. Instead, he remains quiet and focused, his mind still on the path ahead. The shock of his power has shaken everyone around him, but for the protagonist, this is just the beginning. There's still much more to prove, and he's determined to continue growing, never forgetting the struggles that got him here. As word of his remarkable victory spreads, the protagonist's rank rises, faster than anyone could have imagined. What was once a lowly position quickly transforms into one of the highest. The respect he's earned from his peers is undeniable, and with each passing day, more people look at him in awe and admiration. However, not everyone is so quick to accept his rise. Some whisper in corners, questioning how someone who was once at the bottom could leap to the top so suddenly. They wonder what's behind his rapid ascent. Was it skill, or was there something else at play? Despite the clear evidence of his abilities, there are still those who can't fully grasp how the protagonist reached such heights. They see his rise as too quick, too unexpected. Some begin to wonder if there's more to his story than meets the eye. But rather than confront these doubts, the protagonist remains focused on his journey, choosing not to explain himself or defend his actions. His strength speaks for itself, and that's enough for him. As his status continues to grow, offers from powerful individuals and organizations start flooding in. People who once ignored or mocked him are now eager to form alliances. They see his potential and want to be on his side. But the protagonist remains uninterested. He's not in this for the alliances or the power that comes with them. His focus remains on his original goal, the one that's driven him from the very start, to prove his worth on his own terms, not through the help of others. Even with the newfound respect, the offers, and the recognition, the protagonist stays grounded. He doesn't let the attention distract him from his true purpose. While others may view him as a valuable ally or a powerful figure, he sees himself as someone still on the climb, still striving for something greater. His success has never been about gaining power or status. It's been about proving himself, about showing that even someone with humble beginnings can rise above expectations.